In the early aughts, one of the overlords at Marvel must have been in an especially bad mood as they okayed the production of Witches, about as heavily inspired by Charlie's Angels as you can get without straight up plagiarism. The series was to see Doctor Strange as Bosley, with minor sorceresses Topaz, Jennifer Kale, and Satana as the Angels. It was in production as early as 2001, as this Angel Fire site knew about it and expected it the following year. It was originally to be written by Bronwyn Carlton and was originally meant to be an ongoing series. For unknown reasons, the project was shelved and didn't see the light of day until 2004. By then, a 4-issue miniseries. Carlton and Mike Deodato had moved on to other projects, so the final product was written by Brian Walsh, with 2 issues illustrated by Deodato and the rest by Will Conrad. I've never heard of Brian Walsh, who, aside from this miniseries, has only written 1 comic. I think some editor got the janitor to write this when Bronwyn Carlton was unavailable. Or maybe the editor just really hated Doctor Strange and wanted someone incapable of writing a story to make sure the character assassination was carried out properly. Simultaneously, very little and very much is happening here. Satan wants Andy Kale to open a forbidden book only a Kale can open, and a creature will hunt down magic users. Big surprise, Andy is the creature. Satan wants magic users dead because they make things gray, and he wants simple good versus evil. That's actually not a bad motivation, and might have worked in a less cluttered comic. But in just 4 issues, we have to get the team together, try to stall them so they don't find and defeat the Beast too soon, so the comic distracts us with Lilith trying to kill Doctor Strange, who is inexplicably sick. We also have internal drama between the 3 angels, with their degrees of good girl and bad girlness causing tension. By the end of the story, Satana, who has been mercilessly belligerent to her teammates, suddenly decides, girl power, I'm siding with my friends over my dad. It feels like a payoff to build up we never got. If this had been the ongoing series it was intended to be, maybe this could have been slowly built up to, instead of her heel-face turn happening in the same day she's released from whatever interdimensional prison Strange frees her from. Likewise, Topaz is the ultimate rule-following good girl, but out of nowhere, she decides she'll stick with the other angels, giving up her discipleship with Strange. It only happens because this is the end of the story, not because it feels natural for her character to make this decision. Strange himself doesn't come off looking too good, lying to his agents either through omission or outright deceit. I don't hate the idea of Strange having to make difficult choices as the Sorcerer Supreme, like in Infinity War when he said he would let Iron Man or Spider-Man die if it meant saving the universe. But this story doesn't earn his behavior toward the angels. Satan seems to think Strange knew Jennifer's brother was the monster, and he kept this a secret. I get it, if there's no way to cure him, Jennifer may not want to help you stop him. But you already plucked Satana out of an interdimensional prison. Why can't you put Andy in one? It's harsh, but it's better than trying to get Jennifer to kill her brother, right? And then Steven wants the book he explicitly promised Jennifer she could keep. Why? I really don't know. If only a Kale can open it, then it's not dangerous now that Andy is dead. But the comic wants to promote girl power, I guess, and the only way to do that is to throw Strange under the bus. What frustrates me, aside from me being a pretty big Doctor Strange fan at one time, is this could have worked. 3 minor sorceresses fighting supernatural threats Strange may be too busy to handle, or since he didn't have his own series at the time, maybe he's been depowered by something and he needs backup. That could have been a lot of fun. You could have drawn the tensions between the trio out and let them slowly become friends after enduring trials together. Internal drama should be a given in a story. If you have 3 characters who all think and act alike, you're going to have a pretty boring story. But resolving that drama after you've barely set it up does not work. Needlessly vilifying somebody's favorite character does not work. But good news, pretty much everyone went on pretending this story never happened, which is good if you actually like these characters and don't want this stain on their history.